Good evening and welcome to another look at my summer collection of foilables. And bear with me while I just sort my computer. I think I have. Oh, so I hope you've all had a lovely day. Got some people joining us, which is fabulous. Evening to everybody. Oh, thank you, Sam. That's lovely. It was so lovely to go back and read all your comments this morning. That was absolutely wonderful. So, hello, lovely. Hello, Donna. Thank you for joining us all the way from the States. Right, I'm going to whiz back now. Bear with me. Okay. So, yeah, so Donna's over in the States. We're probably too late for Jeanette to be with us tonight in Australia. So we will see. But thank you to everybody for joining me. So, and I'm reading now. First time I've ordered these. Excellent. I think you'll love them, Sam. They're so easy to work with, and like I say, I was so inspired by what the design team have done with them. So I'm going to do my little bit of blurb, and we're after 8, so after 8. I didn't expect many people to join me tonight because probably like everybody else, I was a bit glued to the television, Mr. Murray on Centre Court. So yeah, I won't keep you too long, I promise. Okay, so the Die Cut Foilables, there's 3 sets, 2 florals and 1 sentiments, and they are available to buy now from Hazel and Paul at Dragon's Papercraft. They are at Wow Embossing Powder. They're with Joe and Mark at Let's Create. They are with Sharon at Forget Me Not Craft Cabin. They are with Julie and Barry at Craft Bliss, and Craft Stash also have them. They are also on J Crafts in Australia. They're available now, and they will be in Simon Says stamps very soon. They have arrived. They just need to get up onto the website. I know Philippa put a link on earlier today with the links to the Pinterest board, so if there's any particular pack that you like of foilables, then just click the link and it will take you straight there. There is a board on Pinterest for every single product that we've ever bought out. So if there's a particular stamp set that you've got and you're wanting some inspiration, then always head over to Pinterest because they're all there for you. So I'm going to go through the products again, and then have a little go at showing you how to use the foilables, because I think that was quite productive this morning for people who hadn't seen, and also just as a reminder. And I have my pens out on the table. I've put my ink pads away. Whether I remember is another thing. So let me flip the camera and we will make a start. So bear with me. Oh yeah, but that's not fair, because if you've got the tennis on in the background, you'll have to keep telling me the score. Oh dear. One day I'm going to go. I would so love to go. I really would. Okay, so the lighting's looking good. So let's get a packet in. So we have 3 packets. So there is the Sweet Florals, there is the Garden Blooms, and then there is the lovely Sentiment one. So I'm actually going to put other light on as well. Bear with me. I don't think it'll make much difference, but you never know. Okay, so we have Sweet Florals, which have 96. We have Garden Blooms, which has 79. And we have the Assorted Sentiments, which is number 3. So there are 2 other packs with Assorted Sentiments, and this has 115 in there. So fantastic value with the amount that you get. So the amount of cards that you could actually make from one pack is just brilliant. I'm going to buy the sentiment one in bulk. I don't blame you. I do love it. I am so pleased with it, I have to say. Okay, so we'll look at them individually, one at a time, and I will get the sample cards out. So I'm going to do the same as I did earlier. So I am going to show you what's in the pack, because I do think you can't tell from that. So if I tip these out. So in here we've got some really nice big designs as well, which I always think is really nice. It makes it easy. Some of them are in different sizes, so we've got different sizes of a lovely corner. We've got the lovely daisy, which is no longer available as a stamp. So I try to do some designs that we don't have as stamps anymore. So we've got the floral buttons, we've got some flowers, almost looks a bit like a poinsettia. Little flowers that you can just use with sentiments as well. Got circle sentiments, got lovely die cut sentiments as well. So it really draws your eye to your sentiment when you've got the plain and fancy fonts together, but you've got that lovely edge to it as well. Got some of the lovely daisies here. I love that one. And then some individual flowers. You've got sentiments inside the flowers. You've again another really nice intricate cut one, so it gives a bit more interest to your sentiment. We've got sending hugs, thinking of you, wishing you a special day, lots of happy birthdays. We've also got some banner dies in here as well, and these are different from the ones that are in the sentiment pack. So if you do double up and buy some flowers and some sentiments, you won't get the same ones, they will be different. We've got some leaves, so you can build up your own little wreaths as well, which you'll see in a sample card in a minute. We've got little hearts. Excuse me. You've got a special friend on your special day. Lots and lots of got different fonts as well for thinking of you, different styles and different ways. So if you want a long sentiment, you want a short sentiment, there's something there. You've got have the best day ever, make a wish, sending you happiness with love and best wishes, it's your birthday, enjoy your special day, happy birthday, special delivery just for you, wishing you a wonderful day, and thank you for all you do. So lots and lots of variety, lots of something different there as well. So that is Sweet Floral. So bear with me. Just move that off so I can use my bit of card again. And then these are the inspiration for this set. So I use my felt tip pens, beautiful silver foil. I mean, look at that. Honestly, somebody put it was instant gratification, and they're absolutely right. Like, you put the die cut foilable in with a bit of foil over the top, in a bit of paper through a laminator, and it comes out foiled and so beautiful. So I love this one. I did that one with my felt tip pens. Then I got one that Marianne's done where she's literally just foiled the sentiment, but she's used Philippa's circle stencil to create a lovely background. I love a rainbow of colours as well. It's beautiful. So that one's from Marianne. Got a real little simple one from me. Little bit of, I take this card shut. Must have been when I was photographing it. Got a little bit of embossing. So I've scored from the inside of my card and just done those double line embossings on it. I'm not sure if it's picking it up. I need to hold it and tilt it. And then I've used gold foil on my sentiment and my flower design, and it just says sending love at this difficult time. So you've got things in there that you can do sympathy cards as well. This beautiful one that Tracy's made where she's used the Sweet Meadow. Got lovely rose gold foiling on this. I mean, look at that, the sentiments, honestly. And then she's created a lovely easel card from my circle dies. And I love how she's used the corner one here, but she's put wishes on it. So we've got happy birthday wishes now, all foil. Just absolutely stunning. Really lovely. Got another lovely one from Marianne where she's used a embossing folder for the background of her card. And then she's used gold and pink on the circles. And this, I think, is one, bear with me. I think she's going to do a video to show how to do multiple colours but it's such a great way of using up any little bits and pieces that you've got left, and that's how I'm going to show you with my first demo. I've actually cut bits of my foil up so that I can show you how good it is just using little bits and pieces. So this is the same one that Tracy has used. I've done this with silver and again used a banner sentiment, and I've added colour around the edge of my sentiment to this one as well, so you can completely change them, whether it's ink pads, whether it's with felt tip pens. This was with felt tip pens, but it's just absolutely beautiful. If you were going to do alcohol markers, I would colour first and then foil. When I do it normally, I foil first and then colour, but that's because I only use water-based pens or my ink pad with a wet paintbrush, something like that. So yeah, I always do my foiling first and then do my colouring. But if you're doing alcohol markers, colour first, then foil. This one I did with pens as well. This is a great use of the little bits and pieces. So creating my own little wreath, and I scored and embossed using my scoreboard, like the diamondy sort of background, just to add a little bit of interest to it. And I got a fabulous one from Philippa where she's used, I mean, look at that colour of that. Oh, it's like a copper. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely stunning. And she's coloured in with brown ink pads or alcohol markers, I would imagine she's actually used. Different colours, different tones. But isn't that gorgeous? And just in the light, that foil, it is so good. And then this one, a simple one where I've done the dotty background. I think this was from Hazel's background stencil. And I've foiled everything in silver and then done my purple and blues colouring. And I just love, look at that, how beautiful is that? So little, but it's just, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So that is the Sweet Florals. They're the sample cards that I've got left. These are the ones I didn't show you this morning. All of the cards are on Pinterest, so if you missed this morning's, you can obviously go back and watch it, or if not, they will be on YouTube, on Pinterest. I'll get there in the end. Okay, so let's bring my board in. This is Garden Blooms in this one. So there are 79 pieces in this pack. Oops, get them all out. So you're going to get some really nice big designs this time. You can cut the sentiment out of the centre of here if you want to, or you can use it as it comes. You get a couple of those. We get a couple of the Garden Blooms as well. You've got a couple of the lovely Friendship Flower. You've got the lovely corners. So you could create a frame quite easily with that one. I love this one. You've got the, I can't remember what this one was called, but you've got them in different sizes as well. Love that. These ones are really useful. I made a card with these where I put it top and bottom of my oval stencil. You've got the lovely collection of flowers. You've even got handmade by, so you can put this on the back of your cards. So you can foil that. You've got lovely sentiments, again following the shape of the sentiment as well. So that really makes it pop off your card. And beautiful when they've been foiled too. Lots of little flowers. You've got butterflies. My favourite daisy. So the original one, my favourite one that is. Again, handmade by. Lots of lovely sentiments. So I hope your birthday is full of love and laughter. You are wonderful in every way. Thinking of you. Love, kisses and birthday wishes. You've got especially for you. You've got hello, birthday wishes. A different especially for you. What's this one? You've got wishing you the happiest birthday. I've got a couple of those. Lots of little flowers. Lots of birthday wishes. And we've got another couple of hellos. Especially for you and thinking of you. And wishing your day is as special as you are. So that's what you get with the Garden Bloom set. and then my sample cards for garden blooms. Oh, I've got some beauties here. So this one from Emma. So she's used lovely rose gold foil, and the foil that we've been using is the Fab foil from Wow. So it comes in lots of different colourways. There's loads on their website. Just trying to get a pack that was... Oh, let's have this one. So it's the Fab foil. This is the glitter gold. So it's 10 centimetres by 1 metre long. And this is the glitter gold. So it's perfect. It's a toner foil. So it works because these have actually been printed with toner ink. And so when you put some heat and a bit of pressure on it with a laminator or an iron, or even I've used a travel iron. Marion's even used hair straighteners. So really simple to do. Oh, look at that, isn't it lovely? And I love how Emma pulls out a little bit of glitter in a very similar colour to what she's foiled in, and it just really sets it off. It really makes it pop. It's beautiful. And then you may have seen this one that I posted on Facebook, but I mean, just look how lovely that sentiment looks. Beautifully foiled, so simple, just a couple of daisies, and I just put some felt tip pen down, picked it up with a paintbrush and painted it on for my background. So really scribbly, but really looks lovely. And then this one, I was saying this morning, I love colouring. So this for me is just perfect. This is foiled in gold, and I've got some silver as well. So I want to do a mixture. So I have cut an aperture in the front, drawn some lines, added some flowers, and then put my sentiment on the inside. But again, just all beautifully foiled. Lovely. This again was done with felt tip pens, with my clean colour pens. Then this one, I've done a little section of stenciling. Again, use the silver. Just really shows it off so well. It's almost like if you like the effect of heat embossing, but you're getting a pickle with it, then this is a great alternative because it is so easy. If you have a laminator, then you are absolutely laughing. It's so simple. This one's got rose gold for the background. Marion's made this, and then she's done lovely teal flowers. So she's used a teal foil for her sentiment. It really works really well with the rose gold. It's absolutely beautiful. And then we've got one from Philippa, where she's done the frame that she's done in a pink. Isn't that lovely? And then she's left her sentiment where it is. She's added some banners, some little daisies. So because you get the little flowers, you can actually 3D and add interest and dimension to your cards really easily. And then she's cut out some of the skinny frames as well and she's used the scallop rectangle in the background even. So it's lovely, beautiful card, Philippa. And then this is another one from Tracy, and Tracy's put colours of ink, like it's a wash of colour behind, but using the same colours that she's used on her card. And again, she's used the rose gold. I mean, the rose gold, it's just gorgeous, isn't it? Really, really pretty. And then we have this other beautiful one from Tracy. Again, this is, she's used Philippa's stylish stripes. So it just shows how well all the different collections work together. And then she's used blue on her flowers and on that lovely sentiment. I mean, that is just beautifully foiled. And I love how she's got the shape of it with the flowers as well. And great to be able to tuck the little leaves as well. So you can build up really nice bits by using those individual flowers and leaves as well. And then we've got one from Emma. So she's used my flower stencil like I did. I think I was a bit inspired by this one. So like I used it this morning on the background of my card. So that was mine. Emma has used it in the background of her card. And then she's used the pink. Oh, look at that. Actually, she's used different coloured pinks. We've got a softer pink on some of the flowers. And then this really lovely bright fuchsia pink. Isn't that gorgeous? And then the splats of paint as well. Just, it's really lovely. So you can be so creative with them. It doesn't just have to be like I did it, one stuck on a card. You can be so creative. They're fantastic. And then this one from Emma, and she's got a beautiful acetate window, and it's actually like a shaker. We've got sequins and everything in there. Isn't that lovely? Let me tip it up so you can see them. And then she's got a beautiful foil on here that's very holographic, and she's got the deep blue as well, and then the gold sparkle. It's beautiful. And the butterfly, everything, it just, the little flowers where you can add all the details in. So they aren't limiting in any way at all. It really does show what you can actually create with them. The design team have been just amazing, absolutely amazing. So they are the Garden Blooms ones. And then I'm just going to show you the cards that I had from this morning for the sentiments. So bear with me. And I'll show you my board as well. So with the sentiments, I'm not going to tip all these out because there's 115 of them. But so you can do happy birthday, you could do birthday wishes, you get them in different sizes, and you get the bold sentiments as well as the banner sentiments as well. So they foil up, as you can see, they are absolutely fantastic. You can do more than one colour on your foiling. You can do as many colours as you want. If anything doesn't work, then you can put it back through your laminator again if there's any bits that have missed off. So you can't really go wrong with them. But you've got happy birthday, with love, thinking of you, get well soon, happy anniversary, birthday wishes, thank you, just for you, thinking of you. So you've got them in like I say, the different sizes and the different wording, so you can mix up what you want to actually say. And I just love how they foil. So the cards that I have, this is one that Marion's going to do a video on. So we've got some teal in there, and we've got some gold. It almost looks patinaed, and I love how she's done this background. And again, that's been foiled as well. So that's a video, and Marion will be doing that sometime next week. This as well, I love this. I don't know how she's done this, but this is beautiful foiling in the background with the lovely leaves die and then the happy birthday sentiment. But this all speckledy background is just beautiful. I'm sure she'll tell us how she did it. And then this one from Marion, where she's used Philippa's circle stencil and she's put little dots and foiled those, and then she's just used the sentiment as it comes. You don't have to colour these if you don't want to. They can just be black and white if that's what you want. Tracy had done a beautiful card. So I showed this one this morning. So Tracy's done this, it's just black and white. So she's used them as they come out of the packet. She's combined it with a stamp that she's got. So she's created that beautiful monochrome look. I did used exactly the same thing. I gold foiled mine and coloured mine. So you can get exactly the same thing. It's entirely up to you whether you want to colour them or whether you leave them as they come out of the packet. I love this one as well that Philippa did, where she's used blues and greens, got all those happies and just one birthday. But look at that foiling on there. What a great card for a teenager or for men as well. Oh, the leaves is from Philippa's stamp set. Oh, right. Excellent. I'm sure Marion will do one about the speckled background if I ask her. I love this one as well that Philippa's done. She's used my circle die. She's used the stamp, which has got the U in the background. She's used the different sized U's in the lovely icy blue, and then mixed it up with Happy Wishes Just For You in the red. And it's just gorgeous, and it just pops off that page. And it looks so classy with that lovely foiling on it. And then this one from Emma, again, I love how she puts the pop of the glitter card in there, but she's just done her flowers in the red, added the flower and added some leaves, so she's built up her own little arrangement of flowers there. And then the hearts as well are from there, and then the foiling on the happy anniversary, and then pulling the red glitter in card into it as well. Just stunning. And then lastly, the one from Philippa, where she's combined the stamps, the happy birthday stamp, so that's been heat embossed with polished gold, but then she's added all the banner sentiments that she's coloured up using oxide inks, so they don't have to be white. You know, don't be afraid to colour them. I'm going to show you that in one of the demos. But you can change the colour of them totally. How they're manufactured, when they're die cut, they're actually laser cut. So you might get a bit of a dark tinge sometimes around the edge of it. But it's really easy to get rid of that. If you don't like it, you can colour them, put them onto coloured pattern papers, if you ink around the edge, anything like that. And it just totally... it just works so well. I love how Emma's layered them onto black and then cut around them. So you've got that little black edge, which really makes it pop off the white as well. But you'll see on here with Philippa's just put hers straight onto the white background. It just lifts them up a little bit with having that slightly different colour on there. But it's a beautiful card. So that is the sentiments. So bear with me, and I'm going to bring in my first demo. If you could see my dining room, it's such a mess. Okay, right, so I'm using a laminator. I bought this from Amazon and it was about 10, 11 or 12 pound. Aldi's and Lidl's have them from time to time on special offer. They're usually around £10, but highly recommended. But if you do get one, make sure it does hot laminating. Okay, so I'm going to put it onto hot, and it's whirring now, so it's warming up, and you have to let it warm up until the light goes green. So while we're waiting for that, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So this morning we did a happy and an anniversary, and we did two colours, so we've got pink and red. And this time I'm going to do birthday wishes, and I've cut up all my bits of foil. So I am going to place these down, and I'm going to have pink and red foiling, whoops, all over my birthday. I might not get all the letters coming out properly the first time, so I may have to put it through again, but that's absolutely fine, because if it misses any bits, we can do that. In fact, we will put through a different colour. So I'm going to purposefully leave some gaps now, so we're going to have very random and different colours. So I'm actually going to take, oops, it's stuck to my finger. And let's spread these out a little bit so we've got a bit more gaps. Okay, so these bits I'm going to take off because I don't want to use those. So you can see from that I have quite a lot of gaps. Let me bring the other bit up. I've got quite a few gaps on my wording here that isn't going to be foiled. So I'm going to shut this up and wait for my light to come on, which it shouldn't take too long. And then what other colour shall I put over the top? I actually don't throw my foil away, so I keep all the bits and pieces. So I've used these before. That was the one from this morning. But you can see that I've used these before, but there is still some silver left on there. There's still lots of blue left. So I can use these bits up until this goes clear. And I just keep putting it through. You can put it through several times and it's fine, as we're about to find out. So my green light is on. I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to start putting it through the laminator. Move this in so you can see it come out the other side. Now there are going to be bits where it's going to be black still, because I've purposely done it so that you can see the different areas. So I'm going to use this bit of gold, and we'll fill the gaps with gold. So it's going to be red, pink and gold. Although Marian's looked really nice. Oh no, it's because it's pink, isn't it? I loved her gold and blue. Thought that looked lovely. Okay, so when I open this up, and it's just a piece of photocopy paper. So I use my photocopy paper. Oh, now this will be interesting because I'm not sure if this is going to work now because it might have taken some of the toner off. So I'm learning too. Okay, because before it's always been covered with the foil. So we'll see. So I have bits of black, but I have bits of pink and red all over this. So this will be interesting to see if this does work. So I may have learnt something as well tonight. Let's get rid of that. And because I cut this up, I won't keep these bits. I will actually succumb and throw these bits away, even though there's probably still some left on there. So this may not work now, but let's see. Only one way to find out, and it's better that I try and waste mine than you do. Okay, so let's pop that in and let's see what happens. But it could be because normally I have foil on there, but there's foil missing, and that's why I end up with black bits rather than it's touched against the paper and taken some of the toner ink off. So we will see. It may not work. But like I say, we live and learn. Every day's a school day. Okay. I wonder. Oh, it's worked. It's absolutely fine. So now we have red, gold and pink. So it's very random. This would look lovely on a teenager's card. So it does work. Not a problem at all. So you can have as many colours as you want on there. So how cool is that? Okay, so you can do multicolours with your foiling. So that's what I wanted to show you for that one. Let me move that away. Let's get my next demo. Right, so my next demo, I'm going to move this away a little bit so I've got a bit more room. I'm going to foil and colour in with my felt tip pens because I meant to do it this morning and I picked up my ink pads yet again and did ink pads. So I apologise. So I need to cut a piece. I want a piece that will do that and that. And get the happy in there and we'll get the birthday. So I need to cut it about to the line. Just shy. Okay. So now I'm going to open up my piece of copy paper and I just keep using this until it doesn't work anymore, basically. So I would put them as close as possible because we don't want to waste any foil. And then we'll lay this down over the top, bring our paper back in, bring our laminator back in and just pop that in the laminator. You can get the foil. Lots of the stockists that have the foilables will have Wow Embossing Fab Foil. So they will. This is from Wow Embossing. If not, Wow Embossing themselves obviously have it. But lots of the stockists do sell it because it just works so well with them. So bear with. Yep, Dragons Papercraft have it. I know Craft Stash will do it. I know JC Crafts in Australia has got the Wow. Lots of people who would imagine Joe probably has Wow. Oh, look at that. How beautiful is that? Oh, just foils. It's so easy and the results are so good. It's just fabulous. Right, I'm going to turn my laminator off for a minute because I want to colour this in now. So I'm going to move that out of the way. And that I've got a 5x7 card, which I'm going to use. Just going to bring my mat in so that I can have everything on here. Okay. So I obviously don't need to colour my happy birthday. And I'm just going to colour my design. So I have, and I saw somebody had asked what pens. Are your felt tip pens watercolour pens? Yes, they are. So these are Clean Colour from Zig, from Kuretake, and I like to use them with a water brush. So I like to colour, and then I use my brush to drag the colour out. So you can do all of that even though it's onto the cardstock and it's been die cut and it's been foiled. So you can still watercolour. You could use watercolour pencils and it would still work. If I was doing pencils, I would probably colour first and then foil, just so that you weren't, I don't think you would damage the foiling with your pencils, but you'll probably find it easier to colour without the foiling being on. So that's what I would do. I would do the colouring first with watercolour pencils and then colour, then foil afterwards. So I like to do all of my leaves first, and I love that you can get the graduation in the colour as well, so you can still bleed that colour out even though it's onto the cardstock, even though it's been laser cut, even though it's been foiled. It just still works beautifully. So the quality is really nice as well. It's like a cardstock, so it's a good weight to do it as an embellishment to go on your card. Great to put on with foam pads and add that dimension as well. And also great because we give you the extra little flowers and everything to add some extra ones for dimension. And you can obviously, I'm not taking my time because you will probably want to get back. But no, I'm not particularly taking my time like I would do if I was just colouring by myself. So you can go back in and you can put as much detail into it as you want. So I've just done silver, so it doesn't matter what colour flowers I have. I think I'm going to go, I love this pink. So when I do this, I tend to do a little bit of colour down near the base of my petal, and I would still just draw that colour out. I can go back in and I can add detail around the edge of the petals if I want to. I can add detail where those squiggly stamens are. You can really put as much detail into it or as little detail. You could just leave it foiled in silver. You could just leave it black like Tracy did. But the choice is yours. So really whatever colouring medium you like to use generally when you colour, you can use that on the foilables. I've done it with sprays as well. You can just blend inks over them. You could do an inky background. I haven't actually tried with my watercolour paints, but I can't see why it wouldn't work because all I'm doing at the moment really is moving the colour around with a wet paintbrush. So I'm sure that you could watercolour as well. So then I would go in, add a little bit of detail around the edge and then just wash that colour over. Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? Oh. And then I'm going to go with the deeper pink. I think we'll do that for this one. And I just like to, again, put a little bit of colour down by the base. And then I'll just pull that colour out. And like I say, it's not affecting the foiling. You can still see the foiling when you get it in the light and everything and move it. Okay, so I'm going to actually do this one in this darker purple so that it's going to work in. And then, I'll do the other flower, the little flower in the other pink. So it's just going to tie in nicely together. So just take a bit more time than I do, especially because as well for me as I said this morning, the colouring is what is so therapeutic. So you don't want to rush doing it, you want to have the enjoyment of doing it as well. So literally just bleeding out that colour up to the edge. If you want to add a bit of colour around the edge, you could do, like before you put it down onto your white card. You could always go round with a pale blue ink blending tool, or on a sponge, but a very soft blue bit of ink in around the edge if you want to lift it off. And then I'll just bring that colour in. Okay, so now I'm going to bring back that other pink and just do this flower. I might better do all the petals. Let's see. Sometimes it dries a bit too quick, so if it does, then I just go back over and add a little bit more colour. Okay, so I need another colour for this one. So I think I'm going to go, I think that's a different colour. It does look like it's a different colour, let's hope so. I'm going to go down the centre and I'm just going to wash it out either side. Not really sure that's a very different colour, but we will get around that. So I'm literally just adding a little bit of colour down the middle and then push the colour one side and then the other side. So I haven't done the detail of those leaves or the little heart that is the detail on those. And because it is a bit close in colour, I'm going to come in with a purple and add a little bit more colour and change it slightly. That's better. So we'll put a little bit of colour down at the bottom and just pull that out, and that's going to change that colour. So it's a bit different now to the other pink because it was too similar. Just blending in together. So they are very forgiving. Okay, so we've got all our flowers done. I'm going to have pale blue on these lovely sparkly bits, like little explosions. And then on those little daisies, I think we'll make them red. Just put a little tiny bit in each petal. And then just very gently over the top. And then we can just blend that colour onto those petals. And then everything is done. Okay. So they have coloured beautifully with my pens, but look, the foiling is still absolutely perfect. It hasn't affected it one little bit. So it's a great way to do it. Okay, so I have my foam pads. So I'm going to put one foam pad on that one. I'm going to put one foam pad on the back of this one. And I'm going to place that one at the top. Oh, let's put my wording down as well, because I just want to make sure I've got room. So we've got the happy and the birthday, and we'll place this one down in the centre. Do the same with this one up at the top. And then I just need my skinny one. That might be a bit big for that one. Let's get another bit for this side. And then I'm going to go with the skinnier foam pad for my happy. I don't want to be able to see it. Okay, so if you put that in the middle, and then the birthday underneath, and then all we need, I'm going to keep it really clean and simple. Just get rid of those, and all I'm going to add is some glosses, but I think I want brighter colours. Yeah, like, whoa, yeah, perfect. So I'm going to add a few little glosses just around my words. Put the little ones beside it. Perfect. So how simple and easy is that to make a really effective card using the felt tips onto the foilables. First set to the Greek. Oh, actually I was cheering him on the other night. I can't remember how you say his name either, Joe. Tippius or something. Yeah. But can you believe it? He's playing in the singles, the doubles and the mixed doubles, and he only played yesterday. Wow. Okay, so that was that. Isn't that beautiful? Even if I say so myself. Lovely. Okay, so my next demo, I'm going to make a 6x4 card. I've already coloured it. Again, I used my clean colour, and the reason I've gone ahead and coloured it is because I wanted to see what happens. I'm going to put my laminator back on and onto hot. I wanted to show you what happens when you foil once it's been coloured. So I wanted you to see both ways. So actually I think I'm going to do pink. Let's do a nice pink blush one. Okay, so we need a piece of foil that is big enough for our card, our complete card. So I need to cut just before the line. Okay, so we've cut that up. So I need my bit of paper. So my bit of copy paper, I'm going to put my flowers in first of all, and then I will put my sentiments in. Now I have coloured them pinks and purples, funnily enough, yet again. Let's put that back so it's ready. That's it. So I'm actually going to show you if I colour my happy birthday with my felt tip pen. So I'm going to go around the edge with the solid colour. Don't forget you can do this with oxides as well. So I'm literally just running the pen sort of just on the stitched line of this one, and then I'm going to take my water brush and I'm going to push the colour down from the top sort of to the middle, and then I will do the same, flip it round and push it from the bottom up to the middle. Now because this is, I've got pink, I might do this in a different colour because it's quite pink and it might not show up particularly with the pink that I'm going to do. So let me move this along. This is for my card because I'm going to do a little giveaway, I believe. So this is ready now. My light is on. It doesn't flash, it's just because I'm tipping it up. And I'm going to place that in. And it would just be so good to see what it looks like when you foil after you've added the colour. So we've coloured first and foiled last. And I need to do that one in the purpley one, don't I? Can't remember. I'm going to wait until I see it because I can't remember which colour I used. I don't think it was that one, but we'll see. Okay. So now when I take this off, I just love the reveal. Now I'm going to tell you something else as well. Oh wow. But look at that. How lovely does that look? So that has foiled beautifully even after being coloured. So it doesn't matter which way round you do it. But how lovely is that? Now, in my stash, I have what are called Fab Foilers solid panels. Now these are from Wow, and these are complete pieces of toner ink. So this is complete toner. So I can put this bit of pink onto this bit of black, and I can put it in my bit of paper and pass it back through my laminator, and it is going to laminate the foil where there is black toner for it to stick to, but then there will be black toner on there. So what colour shall I do? I think it's got to be a gold, if I'm honest, because it needs to show up. So then you can go in with a colour over the top of where there's black left, and it will foil the missing bit. So when I take this off, so now I've got a completely clear piece of plastic. I have my design foiled in pink, but you can see where the black lines are. So now if I put gold over the top, the gold will stick where the black lines. I'm not sure it's going to show up enough. Maybe I should have done it with green, because then it would have been, that could have been quite good. But look, it's completely empty sheets. So yes, I can highly recommend getting some solid panels, because it just means you can do an awful lot more with your foilables. But yeah, that's come out so lovely. So, and I need to foil my sentiments as well yet, don't I? And colour, so I'll do that in the purple in a sec. Okay, because this is, I've forgotten about, oh, it's got a bit of tape on it. I'd forgotten about doing this. So when I take this off, I probably didn't pick a very good colour, but it is gold foiled where the outline of my flowers were. So instead of being black now, it's gold. So I can trim this down, and I could use that on a card as a foiled, but with gold. You can just see the gold. Isn't that clever? So it just means that you can, there's so much more you can do with it. So I'm going to use the gold that's left actually for that sentiment. Let's just colour this one as well. So I'm going to do along the edge. Actually, I'm going to do all over with this one because this is a paler colour. So we'll just colour all the way over. You don't have to worry about the printing at all. Just about my pen's running out. I have had them for so long, and they do get used an awful lot. Okay, so I should really leave that to dry, but we haven't got time. I want to see what's going on in the tennis. No, I shouldn't say that, should I? Okay. So now we'll have a sentiment. I'm going to cut this down so that I've got the nice edge. So when I coloured it, I actually went outside of the edge deliberately so that when I can trim it back, I'm going to have that nice bit of colour right up to the edge. So hopefully this gold has shown on my pink sentiments, hopefully. Oh yes, look at that. So we've got stitching. I've got a bit here that didn't make it, so I'm going to put it back through, but the gold does show up lovely on the pink. So that's perfect. And the gold's obviously going to show up lovely on the purple as well. Okay, so I'm going to put them a different way, and I'm going to put them in a different area on my foil and just pop them through again. And so any bits that have got black will now get some colour on them. And while that's going through, I'm just going to trim around the edge, because I love how this has got a wibbly wobbly edge to it. And I think that should be pulled out and actually show that off a little bit more rather than it being straight. So I'm just following the lines, leaving a nice little border, and then I've got that pink all the way up to the edge. And then when I put that down on my white card, if there is any tinging on the edge of this where it's been laser cut, it's not going to show up on my white card. So just one more piece, again nice and wibbly and wobbly. Okay, and then let's turn my laminator off because I shouldn't need that anymore. Let's bring out the sentiments, and these, so any bits that were missed are now, it was just missing a bit down here and now it's lovely and gold. So that's perfect. Okay, so on my 6x4 card I'm going to use some foam pads. So just to stick this down. So it's raising it up, it's giving it that bit of interest rather than it being flat down directly onto my card, which is what I would do with a normal stamped image as well. So it's really nice that you can do all the things that you would normally do when you're stamping or using embellishments, whatever. So just treat the foilables exactly the same. Okay, so let's add this to my card. I've got that lovely edge, and then I'm going to put my happy birthday, and I'm going to overhang it to the left so that my tag hangs off. And then I'm going to do the same with my enjoy every minute. I'm going to overhang that, and that's going to be all down on my stems. And there we go. So another, put the lid on, put that out of the way. Remove my mat and all the rubbish out of the way. So from tonight, we've made these two beautiful silver and that lovely pink. I really love that pink. It's really shown it off beautifully. And then this morning we made one with a stencil background and the two different colours with the blues where it missed bits, so I put it through with a darker blue. And we've got our butterfly as well. And then also made one with a stencil and the gold. These ones I coloured in with distressed oxides, and the ones tonight you've seen me colouring with the felt tip pens. So I will give my 4 cards away to anybody who comments on the video tonight. Let me flip the camera actually, bear with me. Oh, done it again, did it twice, sorry. That's better. So anyone who comments on the video, has left a comment, I will package these 4 cards up and pick a winner over the next, I'll do it over the weekend I think. Give people a chance to catch up tomorrow as well. And I will give these cards away. And yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you can see the versatility and just how cost effective they are to get, you know, 80 or 79 in one, 115 in another, 96 in the other. Just, you can make so many cards with them. I've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So 3 pieces and you make a card. It's just so quick, so easy, and so beautiful. And if you love colouring, then they're definitely for you. So they are available from Dragon's Papercraft, from Wow Embossing, from Let's Create, from Forget Me Not Craft Cabin, from Craft Bliss, Craft Stash, J Craft, and Simon Says Stamps. And don't forget, if you want to see any of the inspiration, it's all over on the Pinterest boards. I know that Philippa is doing her Technique Tuesday, which is going to be using them. And yeah, there'll be lots of sample cards being shared as well from the design team. Thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your evening or your day, Donna. And I will see you again soon. Take care and thanks very much. Bye.